Hello everybody, my name is Colin Brown. I'm chairman of the Health and Wellbeing group. Really excited group, we're going forward. This is another exciting project that we're doing. The Parish magazine is now going to be on audio. It's going to be on a podcast coming out. So please listen to it, feedback to Martin so we can improve the future. Just think of it, if you lost your sight tomorrow and you couldn't read it, now you can. How about that then?
Welcome to Birchington Parish Council Community Magazine Audio Pilot. Updates from Parish Chairman Marcel Pook, MBE. Welcome to edition 75. Birchington Parish Council would like to thank all the volunteers who attended the reception on Wednesday the 12th of February at the centre. I would also like to thank Councillors Linda Wright and John Tilley and the Parish Clerk Jane Bevan for their contribution in organising the event, and our other parish district councillors who were there in support. Napoleon once said that an army marches on its stomach, which was true in his day. Today, Councillor Neville Hudson says that a parish council marches on its volunteers. It is so true, and we deeply thank all those from our village who made the effort to volunteer. May God bless you all. Once a year we come together to celebrate and recognise the invaluable contributions of Birchington Parish Council volunteers. We live in a time when the fabric of our community is woven by individuals who selflessly give their time, energy and skills to make our village a better place for everyone. To each volunteer present at our meeting and to those who could not join us, I extend my deepest gratitude. Your commitment to serving others does not go unnoticed. You are the unsung heroes who quietly and consistently perform acts of kindness and service that profoundly impact our community. Whether you have been involved in organising events, supporting our local projects, maintaining our beautiful green spaces, or providing assistance to those in need, your efforts have made a lasting difference. You have not only enriched the lives of others, but also exemplified the spirit of community and solidarity that makes Burshington a better place to live. Marcel Pook, MBE, Chairman, Birchington Parish Council. News from Acle Parish Council. The first community coffee, cake and chat event was a great success, and it's proposed that this will become a regular occasion at roughly 2-month intervals, with the next being on Saturday afternoons towards the end of March. Watch this space. Many thanks to Councillor Sarah Corby and all those invited in helping. Many thanks to Councillor Sarah Corby and all those involved in helping with the arrangements. We would really like to ensure that anyone in the community, and especially those who may be lonely or have mobility problems, are able to attend. If you know of anyone who may benefit from this personal invitation, please notify any parish councillor. At its February meeting, the parish council was to discuss the reasons for the suspension of Acle Speedwatch and the action taken by Richard as its coordinator, including concerns about the way its data is used and potential negative influence on our campaign for a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. To meet the Birchington magazine publication deadline, this report was produced ahead of the meeting. If agreed, Richard would write as chair of the parish council to the police inspector with responsibility for the Kent Speedwatch scheme, copying in Kent Police and Crime Commissioner, setting out concerns and the requirement for the review of his objective, policies and management. Together with Monkton and St Nicholas at Wade Parish Councils, Acle PC has started working on a Community Resilience Plan, CRP. Each village will have its own individual tailored plan, but all will cooperate to maximise efficiency, minimise costs and pool resources, equipment and skills. A requirement is that the CRPs are community-led, involving people from across the community, not just the parish council. And we will shortly be writing to all the residents seeking volunteers to be part of the community emergency response team and or community liaison volunteers. In the meantime, if anyone can spare time to assist with the preparation of our plan, please contact any parish councillor. You are likely to have read news of the government's devolution proposals, including the creation of a new unitary authorities, probably 3 for Kent, replacing county, district and borough councils. Parish councils will continue to exist, so will not be directly affected, although there could be some changes in representation from other authorities because of ongoing boundary reviews. It has just been announced, 5th of February, that Kent, despite having been an earlier applicant with the support of all 14 of its councils, will not be among the authorities in the devolution priority programme, so it seems KCC elections will go ahead on the 1st of May. We are grateful for having been granted approximately £800 from the KCC members' fund towards village planters, for which work will be put in hand in spring. The next parish council meetings will be on Thursday the 17th of April at 7:30 p.m. in the village hall. These will all be the annual parish meetings and annual meetings of the parish council. All residents are warmly invited to attend. Richard Steele, Chair. Minispace Sailing Club celebrates 75 years. To mark this very special milestone, we are offering a special membership rate of £75 for new sailing and kayaking members who join during 2025. We also have a programme of events over the late May bank holiday. On Saturday and Sunday we will be holding a sailing regatta with participants from other Kent sailing clubs. On Monday 26th of May we are holding a club open day for members of the public, when experts will be available to discuss kayaking, windsurfing, sailing, fishing and sea scouting, or just come and have a look around. Refreshments will be available in the clubhouse. For further details about any of the above, please email inquiries@minispacesailingclub.co.uk or call Tina on 07939 524 681. Birchington Manshed. We really feel spring is now at Birchington Manshed. There appear to be a lot of bunny rabbits and hens on the workbench. The shedders are busy working on their own projects, shed projects and community repairs. This is the ethos of Manshed throughout the world, with each shed working on the 1 in 3 premise. Here in Birchington we are doing our part too. The photograph shows beautiful items that we are asked to restore. These photographs appear in the printed magazine. Both had wonderful memories attached, which may be even more special for us to get them right. We are about to start some new workshop programs running on a Friday. Perhaps these might be of interest to you. Maybe you don't wish to be a full-time member, but would love to learn a new skill. The following are on the planning sheet: publishing your own book, how to use electrical hand tools, marquetry, easy computing and help with your phone. Please phone Penny, the secretary, for details if you are interested. 07578 987 651. There will be no more than 5 in each group. There are 3 places left on publishing a book. Our website has been updated by one of our new members, so why not check that out? Everyone is very welcome to call and see our shed and enjoy a cuppa on Saturday the 19th of April from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That is at Unit 13, Craft Village, Quecks Park, Park Lane, Birchington, CT7 OBH. Birchington Heritage Trust. Birchington Heritage Trust was created over 20 years ago. Its purpose is to collect, store and display artefacts relating to the history of Birchington and Acol, as well as promoting research through access to an extensive physical and online archive. The Trust runs a small museum at the David Burley Gallery in Birchington Library. Some items from our collection are on display at all times when the library is open. Access to the archives is available on Monday, Thursday and Saturday mornings between 9:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m, where our knowledgeable volunteers welcome visitors and help with research. We also have lots of different publications for sale. We rely on income from memberships, publication sales and events. Membership is just £15 per year for 2 people at the same address, or £10 for 1 person. Our year starts on the 1st of May. For anyone new joining before then, membership will extend to 30th of April 2026. Members receive 4 free newsletters each year and free entry to 4 talks. Non-members are requested to make a donation if they attend. There are 2 fundraising events each year which help with our running costs, including £4,000 annual rent for our space in the library. The Trust's collection and archives are a wonderful resource for anyone interested in finding out more about the history of our village with a coal. To find out more, visit www.birchingtonheritage.org.uk or email birchington.ht@gmail.com. And don't forget, if you'd like to support us by volunteering, you would be very welcome. Just email us at the address shown above. Rod Giddins, Secretary and Publicity Officer. 90 miles for Oasis. 90-year-old Derek Downs has completed his 90 miles in 9 days birthday walk for Oasis Domestic Abuse Services. Margate great-grandfather Derek Downs, who on his 90th birthday, Wednesday the 22nd of January, embarked on a 90-mile fundraising walk across Kent, crossed the finish line as the sun set over Margate on the 30th of January. Derek was welcomed by a crowd of over 50 supporters at Barnacle's pub on the seafront. With a smile on his face, he raised his hand in the air in celebration as he approached the venue and went through the ribbon. He was handed his dog Bonnie, who had been apart from him for 9 days, and a celebratory pint by the pub's owners. Having exceeded his initial £9,000 target in less than 2 days of setting off on his birthday last Wednesday, he decided to double it. At the time of writing, his fundraiser has reached just over £22,000 for survivors of domestic abuse supported by Oasis. Claire Williams, CEO at Oasis, says Derek has been supporting Oasis for 25 years, and to achieve what he has just achieved is remarkable. It's becoming increasingly more difficult for charities like ours to secure funding, so we really depend and are incredibly grateful to people like Derek, who help us not only to raise these vital funds, but also awareness of domestic abuse and awareness of the work we do. There's sadly a huge need for our services in East Kent, North Kent and Medway. Derek began his journey on the 22nd of January at Western Heights in Dover and has walked an average of 5 hours a day for the past 9 days. Yesterday he completed the last leg of his trek in just under 6 hours. The weather was very nice and the wind was pushing me along, he says. He set off from Herne Bay in the morning and a small crowd built up throughout the day as he was joined by Oasis staff, Margate Rotary Club members and supporters old and new. Many passers-by stopped Derek on the way to cheer him on, having followed his journey in the news. Following a toast and a cheer for Derek at Barnacles, Derek said, still with a smile on his face, I'm going to have a good rest now. Oasis provides essential services to domestic abuse survivors, including safe accommodation, outreach programs and education, helping adults, children rebuild their lives across East Kent, North Kent and Medway. Heart in the Community CIC, Wellbeing Services and Groups. Mondays, Mindfulness, 12 o'clock till 1 o'clock, £5. Tuesday, Art for Wellbeing, all abilities, free to join, 11 a.m. Peer Support Coffee Morning. Have you been struggling with your health? Would you like to get out and meet others? Then please join us every Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Free tea and coffee at the Recycle Shop, Birchington. The Wellbeing Workshop, every Thursday in Birchington Library, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Free tea and coffee. A chance to get out and meet others and engage in a positive activity all about good well-being. This is a well-attended, popular group. Social Chat, Friday 12 till 2 p.m. at the Veterans Association, 2 Surrey Gardens, Birchington. Discounted tea, coffee, snacks, warm space, dementia friendly. Please come along and join us for anyone who is lonely, isolated or would like to get out and meet others. Our groups are open to anyone over 18. Our groups promote good mental health as well as combating loneliness and isolation. If you would like further details, information, please email heartinthecommunity@gmail.com. Or if you have any further questions regarding our group, please call 07885 917 419. Heart in the Community CIC, the office 34 Station Road, Birchington, CT7 9DQ. News around Burshington. News from Thanet Male Voice Choir. As a result of a successful singing workshop on the 11th of January, 15 potential new members are busy rehearsing and hope to join us in concerts on Saturday the 5th of April 2025 at St Andrew's Church, Reading Street, Broadstairs, CT10 3AZ. You can find details of this and other concerts for 2025 on our website www.thanetmvc.org.uk. You can also find regular updates on our Facebook page, Martin Howard TMVC. The perfect place to grow. Are you 18 to 24 in Thanet facing barriers into work? Get in contact with us at the Perfect Place to Grow training, kitchen and cafe supporting young people into work locally. Call 07522 839 633, 99 Victoria Road, Margate. Thanet Residents Award BEM. Ramsgate resident Lee Walcott Ellis was appointed BEM at the 2025 New Year's Honours List for his services to mental health and transport. The Mental Health Lead Manager for South Eastern Railways established a mental health charter to support colleagues across the rail industry. It was designed to bring together the best practice from across the industry to provide a framework to help companies improve mental well-being. It's been signed by more than 130 companies since 2021. The 60-year-old from Ramsgate joined South Eastern in 1990 and has worked in a range of roles, including in operations, safety, engineering, before becoming a mental health lead. News from the Rotary Club of the Isle of Thanet Sunrise. Thanet Sunrise Rotary comprises of a group of ordinary people making a difference. On Friday the 21st of February we held one of our fun quiz evenings, the non-Valentine's quiz, at Kearns Hall. Our 14th annual Rotary Big Knit will be held on Saturday the 22nd of March 2025 at Holy Trinity Church in Cliftonville between 2:30pm and 5pm. Doors open at 2pm. This event has raised over £60,000 over the years. Big Knit 2024 raised over £4,000. This year will be in aid of EK Mencap, Kent and the Canterbury League of Friends on behalf of East Kent Stroke Services, Kent Young Carers, Imago Community and Pilgrims Hospice. If you would like sponsorship and registration forms, they can be downloaded from our Facebook page or phone 077 388 7075. We continue to collect new and used stamps, donating them to Canine Partners, Amazing Dogs, Transforming Lives. There are collection jars at Galleria in Westgate, Joe's Cafe in Minnis Bay, Birchington and Bella's Broadstairs Cafe Restaurant. If you need them to be collected, please get in touch and we will make arrangements. We meet on alternate Fridays at Westgate and Birchington Golf Club for breakfast, occasionally meeting at Joe's Community Cafe in Birchington for coffee. If you would like to know more about Rotary, please get in touch. You're welcome to join us at one of our meetings, or if you would be interested in helping at our event, we would very much like to hear from you. Take a look at our Facebook page, Rotary Thanet Sunrise 01, Margaret Jones. Probus Club of Birchington and District. Having recovered from the excesses of Christmas, members enjoyed their first lunch of 2025 in January at the Smugglers. As well as the usual banter, the occasion was enlivened by two recent new members, Peter and Richard, giving brief talks on themselves and their lives. The coming meeting will be our AGM, at which power is transferred to the incoming president, Sonny. A full report and pictures will appear in April magazine. Plans for the 2025 social calendar are nearly finalised and will include 4 coffee mornings in the parlour, as these prove very popular, 2 outings, a fish and chip supper and a pub lunch. If you are retired, why not consider coming along to Probus? We are a monthly lunch club for men whose membership is open to anyone who is retired and currently costs just £20 to join, which includes a choice of tie and pin badge. As well as a monthly lunch at the Smugglers Restaurant, the committee hold events throughout the year which partners and guests are welcome. For more information, please contact me, Dave Alker, at btinternet.com, or contact or text 07962 929 700. PCC's survey shows a third of youngsters have been bullied online. Kent Police and Crime Commissioner Matthew Scott has revealed some sobering statistics about online bullying and social media. According to his youth and parent surveys held at the end last year, nearly 34% of primary children and 29% of secondary pupils have been bullied or picked on online. What's more, 16% of secondary students and 14% of primary children admitted they had been bullied, picked on, or been mean to someone else online. When we asked this question in 2023, only 11.5% of youngsters said they'd done this. Of those who had been bullied, only 46% of the secondary students and 57% of primary pupils told their parents or guardians. 30% of secondary and 21% of primary children said they hadn't told anyone. This contradicts what parents said, with only about 20% of parents believing their child had been bullied or picked on online, and 86% of adults thinking their child had told them about the incident. To read the whole report, go online to www.kent-pcc.gov.uk. For the love of libraries, cherish these literary havens or run the risk of losing their gifts. In the age of Kindles and PDFs and all sorts of digital content constantly shoved in our faces, libraries are an asset often neglected. Last year, the BBC reported that over 180 council-run libraries were either shut down or handed to volunteer groups to run since 2016. Whilst they still stand on our streets offering the safe, warm, welcoming space full of knowledge, advice and entertainment, we must use them or we might lose them altogether. What's your idea for a perfect read? Is it full of historical facts, or does it twist the world we know into a fantastical realm? Or would you rather lose yourself in romance? Whatever you like, the library has it. Even better, you can access these worlds more for free with a library card. Luckily, in Birchington, we're blessed with a wonderful Kent County Council library along Alpha Road. Stacks of stories sit upon shelves waiting to be picked up and enjoyed, or to aid your education. Non-readers shouldn't cower away from the community assets. However, as audiobooks, films and music are available for hire or borrowing too, most libraries have computers and public Wi-Fi, so you can browse the web and study in peace. These are free to book, as well as use of their printing services. If you're not quite tech whiz and you want to be, don't worry, the IT Buddy is available to book. You'll also find a bunch of activities from adult colouring group to baby rhyme time and knit and natter, adding more skill and socialising to your daily routine. Stay up to date by following at Thanet Libraries on Facebook. So next time you're looking for entertainment away from the TV or hoping to get involved in your community, head over to Birchington Library. Worlds of Wonder await, by Nicola Jacobs. Birchington Residents Association. This year looks like the end of an era for Birchington Residents Association. For over 10 years we have held our Christmas lunch in the impressive venues St Augustine's. Now we have just learned that the hospitality enterprise there has gone into administration, and so 2024 will be our last visit. Normally we book for the year immediately after the lunch, but this year we did not do so, as members were not too happy with the menu and the actual meal. We all love the venue with its lovely Christmas decorations, and we should like to thank Helen McGrather and her team who made us so welcome on the day. However, it was time for a change, and so this year we have booked the Smugglers for December the 3rd. Our thoughts also go to the poor people who have made large deposits for coming weddings and have been told, as these are unsupported claims, they are not likely to receive any refund and must suddenly find a new venue. At our January coffee morning, we welcomed Tim Hockney, a pilot from the air ambulance, as our guest speaker. He began by introducing your local air ambulance charity, emphasising that it is a trust and not run by the NHS. It costs £18.8 million a year to run, with only 10% grant from them, with 88% of the funding coming from public donations and support. For example, at major fundraising events. This is the 35th year it has been in existence, and they are on call 24/7, 365 days a year, serving a population of 4.8 million. A highly trained and skilled team at the South Eastern Coast Emergency Centre take the calls and triage the patients and possible cases for the air ambulance and passed on to them. The 4-person aircrew consists of 2 pilots and 2 medical staff, and their aim is to get the victim as quickly as possible, as close as possible. Some locations, such as shorelines, are more difficult than others, and the weather can be, of course, a problem, and in the worst case, cars have to be used. There are 3 AW169 helicopters, 2 active and 1 in reserve, and the headquarters is in Redhill, linked to a number of surrounding hospitals, including QEQM. 42% of their call-outs are in Kent, but they also serve Surrey along with East and West Sussex. 40% of patients are male, and 26% of casualties suffer head injuries. They work hard to keep up with technology and recently have used drones, video reporting and portable microwave brain scanners. The Helicopter Emergency Services, HEMS, in addition to fundraising, also works hard in prevention and training and has so far trained 80,000 people to perform CRP. A bag was passed round and we were pleased to raise over £150. We are currently planning for our VE Day celebrations, when we hope to have our PowerPoint presentation, music and lunch, but any suggestions would be gratefully received. We're also in the process of arranging several evening meetings, whilst we have 2.5 days outing planned, including our usual Mystery Day, which this year will be in July. Our annual general meeting is next month on the 12th of March. I am delighted to say that all our current committee members are standing again, but we could always do with a few more, as well as helpers in the coffee mornings on the second Wednesday of the month, 10:30 at the centre. Subscriptions were due in January and are slowly coming in, but we are hoping for some more. We are keeping them the same for 2025 at £2 for a single member, £3 for a family living at the same address. This covers the cost of hiring the hall, speakers, events and outings, which we usually subsidise for members. Entry to coffee mornings is still just £1, with coffee or tea and a biscuit. If you would like to renew or join, you can pay the registrar by cheque or cash at the coffee morning in an envelope left at Blend or by post to Dave Alker, Registrar, 19 Shakespeare Road, CT7 9ET. For further details of any of the above, please contact Pat on 847 843. Repairing potholes across Kent. Between October and December 2023, more than 5,500 people reported potholes and other road defects to us. That's the highest number in 9 years. From April to December 2023, we repaired 54,817 potholes. We also fixed an extra 416,991 square metres of road with many defects in one area. That's equal to over 57 football pitches. What happens when you report a pothole? Once you report a pothole, we 1. Inspect it and assess the severity of the problem. Learn more about this process. 2. Plan the appropriate works to make a permanent repair. We will use machinery to cut out a section of the road, fill it with tarmac, and then compact it down. Sometimes we have to make an immediate temporary fix to make the road safe. Then we reschedule work to come back. If it's unsafe to repair the pothole, we make temporary fixes. We also make temporary fixes if we need to arrange for a road closure. How to report a pothole? Let us know if you see a pothole in Kent. Simply visit our website and let us know where the pothole is in Kent, either using a map or a known address, the size of the pothole. Report a problem on the road or pavement online via www.kent.gov.uk Roads and Travel. Report a problem. War Graves Guardians of All Saints Church. Over the winter months, not a lot of activity takes place by the majority of guardians in the churchyard, but 2 volunteers under supervision have spent their valuable time clearing and researching one particular area. Their full and fascinating report discovering more village history is included in this magazine. Next to the wax house is Neame family tomb that also has been cleaned recently of overgrown shrubs and weeds by volunteers, now revealing inscriptions in memory of John Neame, who died in 1855, the third son of John Neame alongside other family members up to early 1900s. Over the centuries, there were many Neame families in Birchington, many of whom are buried in All Saints Churchyard. One was also another John Neame. He was born in 1782 and was killed in action in 1836, fighting as a lieutenant in the Royal Marines. So far, we have no definite information about which military action he took part in, nor if he is connected with the family tomb next to the wax house. But this could be a research project for the future. Volunteers are making a detailed record of all the graves in the churchyard and have come across an unexpected find. In our next report, there will be details of a previously unknown war grave. We have also been contacted by local residents connected with 2 more war-associated graves and hope to follow this up in the near future. We have an apology to make. 2 ladies recently approached one of our volunteers and offered to help with the project, but unfortunately their contact details have been lost. Please contact us by email, as we would love to hear from you. To contact the Guardians, please email Brian on faulkner2021@btinternet.com. From Wax House to Garden of the Remembrance. If you enter the grounds of All Saints Church via the Lich Gate and follow the wall on the right, you will reach the north corner of the churchyard. There you will find an area fenced off which, until recently, was completely overgrown. See the photos from the magazine. 2 volunteers from the War Graves Guardians group have been clearing this area, and the remains of a building constructed from stone, possibly Kent ragstone, are now clearly visible once again. Church records show that in the 1500s there stood a wax house on the site. This appears to have been the first written reference, although in the 1400s there is mention of some parishioners leaving money in their will to purchase the wax for the lights of the altar in the church. Wax candles and tapers were an important commodity and needed to light the church and adorn the many altars to the different saints. As wax was expensive and old and used candles were melted down and reused with fresh wicks, the record states that this task was carried out by the chandelier, who worked as a straking old English for casting or moulding the candles and tapers. Supply of wax was also given to the church in payment of annual rent of church land. Up until the Reformation, all saints would have had candles lighting up the church and images of many saints during the Reformation, circa 1530 to 1550. The use of candles was dramatically reduced as images were pulled down and lighting candles at altars was forbidden. Church records refer to the wax house being pulled down in the early 1700s, although candles continued to be used to provide light in the churches up until circa 1904, when gas standards were introduced. Subsequently, this site and the one to the left have had various uses. in the late 1800s the existence of a mausoleum to hold coffins waiting to be buried. In 1884, John Bristow, a carpenter and undertaker, was paid to build a new tool house for the gardener's tools. The volunteers have also found some broken pieces of headstone in the area adjoining the wax house. The recorded inscription states, "In ever loving memory of my dear wife, Phyllis Evelyn Marks, who passed away on the 5th of August 1935, aged 43 years. The plot map records also refer to a garden of remembrance against this entry. Maybe the large rectangular area in the centre could possibly be a flower bed or the grave of Mrs. Marks, but more records need to be checked to confirm this. See the photo in the magazine." The volunteers wish to find out as much information as possible and will be very interested in hearing from anyone who can recall any outbuildings or gardens in the area of the churchyard. Please contact via email waxhouse@btinternet.com. Landmark reached by Restitute and Harmony Lodge, Birchington. Continuing its determination to support local causes, the lodge reached a landmark in December when it donated its 2,000th grocery item to Birchington Food Bank, located at Birchington Baptist Church, Station Road. The Birchington Food Bank is unique in Thanet in that it has its own refrigeration units and fresh fruit and vegetables cold storage, thus enabling it to supply all of a family's needs. Making delivery of donations just prior to Christmas, the lodge's charity steward, W. Bro Derek Thomas, who instigated the donation scheme, was accompanied by the lodge's newly installed Master W. Bro, Phil Fisher, who together presented 41 Cadbury selection boxes for local children and gravy granules and stuffing mixes to be included in food banks over Christmas hampers destined for local families. The Master also presented a cheque value £180 to the food bank donated by the lodge members. Further donations over the year from the lodge included £50 each to Singing for Wellbeing, which meets every Monday at St Thomas's Church, Minnis Bay. The recently formed Disability Awareness Group Birchington, run by Birchington Councillor Colin Brown, and £100 to Hope Foundation Margate. As with all Masonic lodges, the outgoing Master nominates his personal choice charities which provide assistance to the needy in general. In this case, W. Bro Rod Thomas MBE chose Mind Mental Health, Asthma and Lung UK and Bowel Cancer UK, all of which received a donation of £500. Much of the monies donated are raised through the lodge's social events. This year, Restitute and Harmony will be hosting its annual Sunday lunch, a race night, quiz night, summer barbecue and ladies' night, all of which are open to Masons, families and friends and non-Masons alike. The support we receive through these events will assist the lodge to continue helping those hard-working charities with the excellent, necessary and vital work they carry out in supporting all those in need. Stephen Fasham, Lodge of Restitute and Harmony, Birchington. Thanet District Council. Cabinet gives the go-ahead for next phase of public toilet refurbishments. At a meeting on Thursday, January the 30th, Cabinet gave the green light to this third phase of Thanet's public toilets refurbishment and renewal project. This third and final phase covers the repairs and refurbishment of 16 public facilities across the district, with a provisional total spend of £400,000. The council provides public toilets for the benefit of residents and visitors to key locations within the district. The council established a public toilets refurbishment and renewal project and approved a budget in December 2023. The first phase of repair works is complete, and the work for Phase 2 at Minnis Bay, Birchington and Victoria Gardens Broadstairs is currently out to tender. The full Cabinet report, which includes a schedule of works for Phase 3, can be reviewed on the Council's www.thanet.gov.uk/latest news. A list of all the Council's public toilets alongside their opening hours can be found on www.thanet.gov.uk/public toilets. Birchington Churches, Services and Information. Birchington Baptist Church, 31 Station Road, Birchington, CT7 9DJ. 01843 446 300. Email bbcrgw@gmail.com. Sunday services 10:30 followed by refreshments. Warm spot and coffee mornings Wednesday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Open door coffee mornings and storehouse food bank Thursday 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Loft Friday years 7 to 8 6 p.m. till 7:25 p.m. Years 9 to 13 7:35 p.m. to 9 p.m. Roman Catholic Parish of the Holy Family, Thanet. Contact Reverend Joseph Anassar, Parish Priest, Minis Road, Birchington, CT7 9SF. Parish Office 01843 841 549. Birchington Methodist Church, Chapel Place, Canterbury Road, CT7 9BF, opposite the Smugglers Restaurant. Contact Reverend Wes Hampton. Telephone number 860 669 or Sue Dalglish 847 312 or 07575 829 707. Sunday morning worship at 11 a.m. The Bay United Reformed Church, Ethelbert Road, Minis Bay, CT7 9PX, thebayurc.org.uk. Sunday morning worship at 10:30 a.m. Do you need help with your childcare costs around the school day? The government has committed funding to support an increase in the provision of childcare wraps around the school day for parents and carers of primary school aged children. Some schools began expanding or creating new wraparound places from September 2024. Wraparound childcare takes place before and after school and typically runs from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. during term time, either on a school site or another local setting, such as an early years and childcare provider that offers care to school-aged children, which includes nurseries, childminders and other out-of-school providers. The Education People, in partnership with Kent County Council, is working with schools and childcare providers to increase the number of wraparound childcare places in Kent. Please note that this does not include Medway, which is a unitary authority. Wraparound childcare is aimed at working parents or parents who are studying or training for employment, but is accessible to all parents who need it. Currently, parents and carers are required to pay for any before and after school childcare. However, if you are eligible, you may be able to use tax-free childcare or universal credit childcare to help you pay for the wraparound childcare. In the magazine, there are 2 QR codes. Visit the websites or tax-free childcare or universal credit childcare costs into the search engine to find out more. If you have any questions, please speak to your child's school in the first instance or contact Kent Children and Families Information Service by calling 03000 412323. All Saints Church Choir, Burshington. As time has gone on, we have lost quite a few members, and we are keen to recruit both adult and junior members to bring us back up to strength. Our musical director, Tim Atride, is an accomplished musician and composer. He will patiently train young voices to sing both simple and more challenging choral music, whilst encouraging male singers to extend their repertoire. If you're interested in joining us or have a gifted child over the age of 9, please contact the church office on 01843 840 777. The parish of All Saints Birchington. St Mildred's Church remains closed because of health and safety concerns, but we are in discussions with the Diocese of Canterbury on a way forward for this church. Sunday service pattern March. Week 3, Sunday 16th of March 2025, the second Sunday of Lent. 8 a.m, Book of Common Prayer, BCP, Holy Communion, All Saints Church. 10:30 a.m, Sung Eucharist, All Saints Church. No service at St Thomas's Church. Tuesday the 18th of March, 10 a.m, with Christ, Iona Community Service of Holy Communion, All Saints Church. Week 4, Sunday 23rd of March 25, the third Sunday of Lent. 10:30 a.m, Sung Eucharist, All Saints Church. 10:30, morning prayer at St Thomas's Church. Tuesday the 25th of March, the Annunciation of our Lord to the Blessed Virgin Mary, 10 a.m, with Christ, Iona Community, service, Holy Communion, All Saints Church. Week 5, Sunday the 30th of March 2025, Mothering Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Join Parish Sung Eucharist, All Saints Church. For any further information, please contact Reverend Mark Ham, priest in charge, on priestbmba@gmail.com.